What's up, everyone? Matt here for another Who Are They Real Review, and today I'm here to talk to you about the latest Kenneth Branagh film and the sequel to 2017's Murder on the Orient Express, and that is Death on the Nile. I gotta say, I really enjoyed the first film in the series, though it did drag at times, so I'm probably one of the few people who was actually really looking forward to this film. However, due to COVID, like a lot of films, it did get pushed back, and on top of it, it had that certain Armie Hammer scandal kind of derail. Yeah, that's why we don't really see him in a lot of the marketing, similar to Ansel Elgort situation. Um, I I gotta say, Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot is just fun, phenomenal, and you can't stop looking at him. He's got such an energy to him in this series that it's part of the reason I love uh him as this character so much. And that continues here in Death on the Nile. It really does. He does a great job of showing us why Poirot is so damaged. And it it was really interesting to get that little bit of view into the character's psyche. Like why he's just such this what's like why he's so smart and pays attention to all these little things and just and how we hear and somewhat see how he became this way. He's It was always like that, and it was really cool to get that bit of background on the character, and I loved it. I really dug that part of it. Uh, but overall, the cast here is fantastic. Tom Bateman is back as Boke. So if you remember him from the 2017 film, he's just this nice like kid. He's a nice young man who's just trying to make it in the world. But he's not the only character we have. Well, he's the only other returning character, but also we have an all-star cast. There's Annette Bening, there's Russell Brand, there is Armie Hammer, there's Gal Gadot. There's just a nice long list of characters and familiar faces. Letitia Wright, who are just really fun to watch in this film. But outside of Gal Gadot, who does provide a very nice presence in the film, uh, my biggest standout for this film was Emma Mc. I see it's Emma Mackey, not McKay. I almost said McKay. Emma Mackey, who plays Jacqueline de Belfort. I absolutely loved her character in this film, and she just had such a presence to her that it was maniacal, seductive, and just overall when she was on screen, especially when you look into her eyes, you can just see the pain and the passion her character is feeling, which I thought was really cool. On top of it, Russell Brand gives a great performance as the doctor and former love interest of Gal Gadot's Lynette Ridgway. And this cast just has a ton of fun. It was really cool to just see all these different, somewhat well-known faces and go along for the ride. Rose Leslie, who some people may know as Miss or Mrs. Kit Harington, or Ingrid as on Game of Thrones. She has a smaller role in this, but she was interesting and fun as well. And honestly, I can't wait to see this movie in theaters again because one of the most beautiful things about this film was its cinematography. Now, granted, it is directed by Kenneth Branagh, who stars as Hercule Poirot, and he just seems to have an eye. Whether it's the original Thor, which is very well shot, whether it's Belfast, like there's so much that he's made that just you can't question him when it comes to him being a director. He's just that good. So there's a lot to love in this film. It doesn't really drag as much as the first film in the series, Murder on the Orient Express, which I did find helpful. I was actually fairly engaged the entire time, even when he's trying to figure things out. It's just there's a nice pace going to it. It's never really a dull moment, no lulls. And that you got that sometimes in Murder on the Orient Express. And I think Branagh heard that criticism and figured out a way to avoid it here. Should mention, however, we don't get into the murder mystery side of this until like the halfway point, which I actually dug because it makes you care about the character's death even more and just how meticulous Poirot is, and even the murderer was just it was just insane. I there was points where I'm like, oh, it's this person, oh, it's this person, it's this person. I've never read the books. I have not seen the original Death on the Nile, but I can say I was overall my opinion on who it was kept changing, and that's what you need from a good murder mystery. Um, I really dug this film overall. It's a fun time in theaters, and if I'm gonna grade it based off of everything I just told you, it's not a perfect film, but it's damn near close in my eyes. And some people may feel differently, but this is my opinion. But I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. Uh, the pacing, the cinematography, the acting, just all of these things just work so well together. Uh, Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot, standout performance. Gal Gadot gives a great performance as always. Letitia Wright, I didn't even get to mention her all that much. Her performance is just it as Rosalie Otterborn or Otterborn. That was she did really well, and it's like, damn, people weren't lying when they're like she could be the next big thing. Hopefully that still happens because she is a very talented actress. Granted, she does have some personal opinions that not everyone agrees with. But the biggest standout to me outside of Branagh wasn't Wright. It is without a doubt Emma Mackey. She did fantastic. I think people know her from Sex Education. And considering this is the first thing I've seen her in, I was really blown away by the presence she brings to screen. And I'm really interested in seeing more of her. But the real question is, what do you guys think? Uh, what do you guys think? Are you going to see this movie? Are you not that interested? Did my opinion and review change your mind? I want to know. So be sure to hit that in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff we're doing over here at Watt Real Entertainment. We got a lot going on. Spin from the real reviews, real reactions when we get the chance, real sports, real talk is back. Saber Reels, which are covering the Book of Boba Fett finale with Toby and Colin. Be sure to check all this fun stuff we have going on over here out, and we'll see you next time.